Hey guys, it's Wendy Valencia. It is that time of the month. Well, not that time of the month. It's the time of the month where we make our budget for next month. And truth be told, we actually make our budget in the Valencia household on the first day of the previous month. So we actually made our December budget on November 1st, sort of. Second, that's about when we were sick. So there might have been a little delay in there, but usually we make it right at the first of the month. So we have a good idea what's coming up. So today we're going to go over the budget, the new style, line by line, item by item, so you can see what we're spending our money on in December. I'm totally loving this new budget system. It is so much more detail oriented, and that is my personality. That's like my wheelhouse, details. I like living in the details, and the more detailed my budget is, the more closely I stick to it, which is shocking for some people. But if you are detail oriented like I am, you totally understand it. If you have a plan for every single cent, then you stick to that plan. Now, those of you who are more flexible, my old plan probably would work better for you. It did not work for me. I tried it for many, many months. And we found we were going over a lot more than normal. And you'll see when I do my budget report at the end of the month that this month we stuck solidly with the budget. Oh, that was a spoiler alert, wasn't it? Oh well, let's jump in. So this month we have our standard income. Both Mauricio and I are salaried, and so we have our paychecks coming in for a total of $11,455.22. Now, those of you who have been around a long time, you guys know that what we earn this month goes to pay next month's bills. So our income for December is actually what we earned in November. So we know exactly as the month starts exactly how much we have to spend. And on day one of the month, it drops in our checking account from our savings account, and we're ready to go. First category in the expenses is food. And we have $650 for the grocery store and $150 for eating out. Now, I do shift these around. Sometimes it's like 600 and 200. Sometimes I put in a little more if I know we have events coming up that are going to cost money. So, but this month, it actually is a relatively low event month. So Mauricio and I will probably go out for drinks one night, and then the rest of it's mostly like grabbing Taco Bell or Chick-fil-A because I'm feeling lazy. Not gonna lie, it happens. And I'd rather have it in the budget and be prepared for those events than not. And that is totally okay. There is no rule that says that you cannot go to Chick-fil-A while you're paying off debt. In the utilities category, we have the storage unit for $270 and the cell phone for $170. And yes, I have a storage unit, and it has all the stuff that I own in it. Every single thing. What you see here is actually, it's actually becoming more and more our stuff. When we first got here, this was all like my parents' furniture, and now we're gradually replacing it. Like the mattress we got on Amazon, which, by the way, holy cow, the Amazon Basics mattress is so nice, and it's like $300 for a king size mattress versus $3,000 for a Tempur-Pedic, and as amazing as a Tempur-Pedic. We do have a name brand Tempur-Pedic, and I will never go back. I will always Amazon Basics. They are my friend. And our cheapo dressers from IKEA that we put together ourselves, and I say we, I mean Mauricio, because I didn't do it. So in the Melina category, and Melina is our 9-year-old, we have ice skating for $400 and her SAC, which is school age childcare, and that is the program. So her county is 100% virtual and has been since the beginning of the school year. Here in Virginia, we are experiencing some ridiculous numbers. So they're actually thinking about, there are a few grades in school, well, not grades, but a few programs in school, and they're talking about shutting those down. We'll see. I don't anticipate we're going to get back to school this year at all, which is disappointing because the SAC program is $1,474 a month. And yes, I know in past months I put $1,450. I may have written the wrong number down. So this year I went to pull our childcare expenses for tax purposes, and I realized that I had not paid sufficiently. So I'm going to actually tackle that difference in January, because December for us is not a great month to tackle that. And in theory, we're only a little tad bit behind. So in January, I'm going to tackle that, and you'll see me tack on maybe an extra $100. In the insurance category, we have car and renter's insurance for $173.01, Wendy's life insurance for $91.65, CMFG life insurance for $12, and Mauricio's life insurance for $35.81. And in our miscellaneous category, we only have $93.82 because that's all we had left over at the end of this month, because you'll see why in a minute. But, there's still a cushion in there. $93, we're good. In the transportation category, we have $150 for gas and $90 for Mauricio's parking pass at work. In the medical category, we have $100 for the various medicines that everybody in this house uses, inhalers and medications and what have you. And we don't have an orthodontist bill this month because we did pay the orthodontist. Melina got an expander for the roof of her mouth, and that is Mauricio's thing to deal with, because there are only two things in the world that I can't deal with. One is vomit, and the other one is apparently the expander. Oh my goodness. No, Melina has been a champ with that. She was terrified a lot about getting it, but she got it, and she has been fantastic. But you're going to see in the end of the month report, there may have been some bribery things in our budget that went into the miscellaneous category. In the debt payments category, we have our new and improved debt payment, which I'm gradually going to try inching up every month. We'll see. This may max us out. I don't know. We'll see come January how it all works out. In the first debt that we're paying on, we have the debt formerly known as USAA, which has recently been moved over to Navy Federal. Well, not recently, like last year. And we're paying $2,000 on that this month. And then we have our Navy Federal Credit Union, formerly known as Sally Mae, which is my sister-in-law and her husband's school loans, and we're paying those for $2,000 a month. So for those of you who do traditional debt snowball, we don't. We actually set minimum mandatories on our debt. And we could conceivably put all our extra money on one debt, but the reason we don't is because actually seeing both numbers go down reasonably every month is far more motivating to us. It would take, let me do some quick math here. If we put all the extra money on the one debt and pay the minimum on the other, we might get it paid off an extra month earlier, but I would much rather see us putting a dent in both at the same time. But we pretty much doubled the USAA payment. It's $1,047 and we're paying $2,000. So I'm happy with that. So, and if you want to know when we're planning to pay off all our debts, I actually just did a debt snowball update, and I'll link that at the end of the video. And I do call it a debt snowball, but it isn't really a debt snowball. It's just paying off debt quickly. But we use Undebit, and mathematically there's really no difference between the way we're doing it and the debt snowball. The debt snowball is actually slightly more expensive than the way we're doing it, if you can believe that. If you don't use Undebit for tracking your debt, I do recommend it because it gives you, I want to say, like 9 different options for ways to pay off debt. And the way we're doing it is our own custom way, which is costing pretty much the lowest amount. And in Mauricio's education, we're paying $1,250 because it's tuition time. So he's taking 2 classes in January for the first 3 months. So we got to pay for those. In the technology apps section of our budget, for whatever reason, this category is really difficult for me to remember all the little ins and outs because there are so many little payments. We have Google Storage for $9.99. We have Amazon Music for $14.99. We have iCloud for $9.99. We have Roblox for $4.99. We have Apple Music for $9.99. Netflix for $12.99. And Skype for $6.99. And a lot of people ask why we actually pay for Skype, and that is so Mauricio can call his family down in Colombia on their cell phones directly. That does require a plan, but he has, I want to say it's unlimited time to call. He's never gone over it, so I'm assuming it's unlimited. because that man can talk on the phone. And in fun money this month, we have nothing. And that could be bad. The reason we don't have any fun money is because it's the end of the year. We have to pay tuition. We had some extra expenses come up at Christmas, so we moved that money over to the Christmas budget. So we're really trying to tighten up, the amount going out this month. And we've been doing really well with not spending on Amazon. It's all been like our subscribe and save and groceries for the most part. I think we had one expense last month, and I gotta stop talking about last month because I haven't done that video yet. And in the beauty category, I have $30 for Mauricio's haircut, and I have a gift card from Sally Beauty, so I'm going to use that for my hair color because I did I entered a competition with Sally Beauty and they sent me a gift card. So I was excited by that. I'm always happy for money for places that I'm going to spend money. So yeah, that was good. And in our sinking funds category, so I am not going to go into great detail about this one because Mauricio and I are revamping our sinking funds. We are taking a real long, hard look at what we really need and what our goals for life are, and sinking funds and everything. So you might see our sinking funds go up in the next couple of months, and you might see them go down. You might see the number of sinking funds go down. I'm not sure what's going to happen yet, but for right now, we have an auto draft of $1,000 that goes to our various sinking funds. And our sinking funds right now are medical, car, trip to Colombia, Melina school expenses, Christmas, summer camp, Melina's birthday, and work travel. I mean, obviously we don't really need a work travel one because I am not traveling at all for work right now. So I don't really need that. And then of course we also have our emergency fund in there, which is fully funded, and we're not funding that at all. So if you want to see where we stand right now in our debt payoff, click this video right over here, and I'll see you in the next one.